që volin futboll.
Mos se vrit mirë.
Në fakt, okay. Teja është vetëm 2 student sipas alfabetit i kam kapun, i kam dhënë nga një detyrë për të prezantuar diçka. Çdo javë mund ta keni mundësinë që të prezantoni diçka në klasë. Pra nuk është e
Duket e
përgjithshme.
kanë impresor apo?
Duket, po. You may do it full screen or whatever. I think it's good. You can start.
Okay, so today I'm going to present about, I'm going to talk about the ethical issues in experimental animal researches. There are actually any animals which scientists experiments, and some of these animals are such as rats, mice, guinea pigs, also dogs, cats, monkeys, gorillas, hamsters, etc. Here in this slide, I have provided examples of the use of animals in researches. As you can see, rats are used for cancer research, pigs are used for transportation research, dogs for cardiovascular research, cats for heart surgery, horses for vaccine development and isolation, and rabbits for test of drugs activities. There is actually also a very big debate whether we should use animals as research subjects or not. There are 2 groups of people, one who says that we should use animals as subjects, and the other who says that we should not, that we should. Both of these groups have their point of view, and we'll talk about them on the next slide. The group who is against animal experimentation states that animals have their rights. Animals surely deserve to live their lives free from suffering, and that we should not use animals to eat, to wear, to experiment on, or to use for entertainment or abuse. On the other hand, the other group who is pro the idea of the animal research state that there are lots of benefits of doing so. One of these benefits is the drug treatments, vaccines, and surgical procedures have been developed to improve the quality of our life, and all of this is done by using animals as research subjects. Also, powerful medical drugs and treatments are all tested on animals before given to humans, so it's beneficial for us. There is also a very big economic impact, and thousands of people were saved from diseases such as swine flu, malaria, and also cancer treatment. Legislations. In most of the countries, there is animal welfare legislation, but there are also countries like South America, Africa, and Asia, where there is no national animal welfare legislation and no national control over animal experiments. So in these countries, you can do whatever experiments you want to animals, and the law will not be against you. And on the other hand, Tanzania is one of a few African countries to have such a legislation. It is estimated that more than 115 million animals worldwide are used in laboratory experiments every year. And because this is a very large number of animals, we can actually use some alternatives. One way to avoid the mass usage of animals is to focus on cell experimentation. So instead of using animals, you can do experiments by using cells, and this will avoid the 115 million animals that we mentioned before. That these alternatives are often avoided because there is a lack of funding, and because people are unwilling to deviate from current methods. Actually, the use of alternatives such as cell experimentation must be rewarded and encouraged. An appropriate endpoint where both groups are equally satisfied will be that animals should be used in research only when it's absolutely necessary. When animals are used in research, they should be humanly treated, and in experiments involving animals, any actual or potential pain, distress, or discomfort should be minimized. Thank you, everybody.
Do you have any question? So it looks like it's interesting because I believe in Albania we have a legislation which protects the animals, so there is some regulations on that. but we have not signed all the code of ethics of how to deal with samples from humans. So if some hospital gathers some samples from a patient, then we cannot treat those data. We cannot use this data in Albania because we have not signed all the agreements with the European Union agreements anyway. So this is a constraint that can block us from few research opportunities with other institutions. Now we can have the second speaker. We can have Albert. Albert, are you ready? Albert,
Yes, Professor. Can you hear me?
yes, we can. You can
Okay.
start. Whenever you can start sharing the screen, Albert, and we'll listen to you.
Yes, I started presenting. Let's wait. Can you see my screen now?
Not yet. No. Alberti?
Yes, Professor.
Uh,
I actually started presenting, but I don't know why it's not working.
well, I did not hear you for a couple of minutes, but maybe in the option of sharing the screen, I'm not sure. Can you do this present now? If you click at present now, will it start?
Yes, but it's not active
Oh,
for
don't
the
worry.
moment on the button.
Maybe don't, Moswash, take it easy.
Okay, let me try again. I will close and open again.
Okay, give it a second try. Maybe you need to select the whole screen. You know, when you say present now, I think you have to click your entire screen and then, yeah. Okay. Do we have any?
Can you see now or still not?
No, we don't.
Professor, I don't know why it's not working. Actually, I'm using two monitors, but none of them is presenting.
When you click present now,
Yeah, yes, I clicked. I selected the screen to present, but it's not showing.
okay. What if you send it to my email and I can open it from here?
Okay. I will send you now.
Okay.
Professor, we'll have midterms for this subject?
No, here no. You'll have a project, but not a written midterm.
And project will be on the finals, right?
No, you are going to have a first stage submission of the project.
Okay, thank you.
Which is the first stage, which means that in a few weeks you might expect to submit something. Guidelines. Okay, so which option are we considering now? Because it's taken. Meanwhile, I would strongly suggest you to go to download some templates, LaTeX templates. Let me see. But probably it's better if I send you the
Professor, I send it to you, the presentation.
Okay, I'll do that. But meanwhile, I would strongly suggest you. I just want to share a link with you. Conference, okay. Plagiarism. I got it, so then I'll start soon. And here, present the entire screen. Can you confirm? Do you see my screen right now?
No, we don't. Yes, now, yes.
Okay. Albert, let's start.
Okay, Professor. So, as you said, my presentation was about plagiarism. First of all, we will start. What is a plagiarism? Plagiarism means the appropriation of another person's ideas, processes, results, or work without giving appropriate credits.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. The simplest definition of plagiarism is the act of presenting another's work or ideas as your own.
Mm-hmm.
The word plagiarism comes from the Latin plagiarius, meaning kidnapper.
Yes. Okay.
So here we have a definition according to the Merriam-Webster online dictionary. To plagiarize means to steal and pass off the ideas or words of another as your own, use another's production without crediting the source, or intransitive senses, to commit literary theft. Present as new and original an idea or product derived from an existing source. Understanding the definition, plagiarism means taking or using any of the following intellectual property without permission of or giving credits. Words, copying more than 4 to 6 consecutive words, rearranging phrases, or paraphrasing extensively. Ideas, using original information learned from conferences, presentation, confidential reviews, etc. These are plagiarism.
This is interesting, like the ideas,
Yes.
even what you learn from conferences, presentation, confidential reviews. Okay.
Yes, I have seen many presentations that considers this like plagiarism. This
Yes.
type.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
What does plagiarism look like? Copying someone's work, citing a source improperly, failure to cite a source, creation of failed sources, turning in another person's work as yours.
Okay.
Types of plagiarism. Some of the things that you think you know about plagiarism may be wrong. So we have to be carefully with this. Why is plagiarism important? Plagiarism is a theft of intellectual property. plagiarism is cheating, and plagiarism may result in receiving an F or 0 for the assignment. Plagiarism in research. Plagiarism is specifically defined as a form of research misconduct. The definition of research misconduct on the next slide is from the MSU procedures concerning allegation of misconduct in research and creative activities. Here we have the meaning of misconduct. Misconduct means fabrication, falsification, plagiarism, or any other practice that seriously deviates from the practices commonly accepted in the discipline or in the academic and research communities, generally in proposing, performing, reviewing, or reporting research and creative activities. Here we have a pie chart showing that plagiarism is about 38% of this misconduct.
These are, sorry, Albert, these are apparently allegations of scientific misconduct. So
Yes.
allegedly, they conducted something which is not correct. It's just a doubt, apparently, as far as you can see from here. And let's see this carefully. According to this data, which is to be respected, it's a 4-year data. Falsification, okay. Fabrication, okay. Making things up. Plagiarism, okay. Taking other people's work. So apparently this is the top one. Serious deviation. How do you understand this serious deviation?
I don't know. This is some data. I think they are about from Michigan State University.
Yes, but how can anyone in the class define this?
Serious deviation.
What does deviation mean?
To change the meaning of something?
I think they have some rules of writing a paper or something else. Their rules, and serious deviation they mean by not obeying these rules. What
Okay.
they about plagiarism or other things.
I agree with this, Albert. I agree with this, with what you said. It could also be deviation from the quantitative results that one has.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they deviate. They measure 13 plus minus 4. Maybe they just report 13. Okay, they don't report the standard deviation. Or they measure 13, they report 31. I'm not sure. I don't know how they might define it, but it's worth retaliation. I don't understand what retaliation could it be. Retaliation. What is retaliation as a scientific misconduct? Can everybody check this one? I mean, you have to know. I don't know what is retaliation. Well, I have to check the definition. So it's a homework for everybody to figure out what is retaliation as a form of scientific misconduct. Falsification, like many people can predict what it could be. Fabrication, you make up data. You say that I measured the transmission of light in a cloudy day, and these are the data. You fabricate everything. Plagiarism is plagiarism. We now know it.
No, Professor, I found the definition of retaliation.
Okay. What is it?
It is the action of harming someone because they have harmed oneself. It's like revenge. Maybe it is in the context of if someone makes you or plagiarize you, you do the same thing to revenge. An eye for an eye.
Page for page, you know. You steal one page, I steal one page. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We have dollar sign here. Dirty word, you know, dollar money is a dirty word in universities.
This is about all the free stuff we can find on the web. Can we use that? No, free means economically free. You do not have to pay for it. The free stuff has a specific use and can only be used free for the intent use. If you use the words graphics or ideas, you must give a citation.
Okay.
There are many sites that will sell you an essay or term paper. Presenting this material as your own is plagiarism. Some of the papers for sale sites do have disclaimers saying that you must cite their work.
Okay.
The lectures by our professors are protected by copyright laws. If we use their ideas, we must give them credit. To not do so is plagiarism.
Okay.
Detecting plagiarism, there are many ways. Readers and reviews, check references, Google 4 to 6 words, like we said before. If you use 4 to 6 consecutive words from another person, it's plagiarism. And there are plagiarism detection software online.
Now, I hope everybody in the class here with us knows at least the names of one or two different softwares to stop plagiarism. Do you know any type of software, Albert?
Yes, I know software to check the plagiarism.
Yeah. What is the name of this software?
If you search about plagiarism,
I mean, I think you use, or have you?
yes, I have used in the first year when we.
What was it? I mean, what is the name of the software? Do you remember?
Yeah, there are many here. Plagiarism checker.
But at Epoca we use something. Do you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, but I can't remember that for now.
Okay. Well, we use
Yes,
Turnitin.
yes, it was Turnitin. Turnitin.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's move ahead.
Yes,
How to avoid
here we have some advices how to avoid plagiarism. When we summarize, you are dealing with a large amount of relevant source material. You must use your own words, usually with a very limited use of quotations.
Okay, yeah, that's because sometimes you need to provide a review of what you are reading. Okay, this is the
Yes.
next slide.
Here we have paraphrasing. When we paraphrase, the message is more important than the word choice. You must use your own words.
Okay, this is very important. Okay, so
Yes.
whenever you write something, try to use your own words. Okay, don't if it is something very classical like plagiarism is bad. Okay, if you write something like this, most probably this is plagiarism because everybody is saying that. So if it is too standard, okay, fine. But if it is something longer, which needs, you can paraphrase it, and don't include copy paste. Okay, quote. You can read this, Albert.
Yes, about quotation. Quote when the individual words are just as important as the message. You can introduce quotes with phrases like, according to Bob Jones, and example what he said.
Mm-hmm.
How to avoid plagiarism. Understanding the difference between common knowledge and original ideas. Do the right thing, follow your consciousness, give credit, mark direct quotation, and use reference citations. Use disciplinary standards. Seek help from your mentor.
Okay. So this is interesting because sometimes there is the common knowledge and original
Yes.
ideas. If you allow me, I can give an example. There was sometimes you can find around people that are really smart, and if you tell something to them, what they know for what they think is common knowledge, maybe it's something unknown to many people. There was a German professor. He went to an American university like 8 years ago, no, 7 years ago, and he met with Feynman, who was an American physicist, and he showed something. And during the presentation in the conference, he said, "There is something I don't like in your presentation. I think we can do it better." He said, "No way you can do it better." And then he went at home, he solved it, and he presented and said, "This is a solution." Everybody was impressed. He said, "What? You don't know this? This is so easy." And he got a Nobel Prize for that. Okay, so this is completely the other side of spectrum, where information is not, it's common knowledge for a genius, but probably nobody else knows. But here, of course, we are discussing something between common knowledge and original ideas. This is a very thin line. It's interesting because you think you are reporting something common, but maybe you read it somewhere, but you don't know where you read, and you have to be careful. And what is very essential is this suggestion: seek help from your mentor, from your supervisor. In the case of a course, if you are doing the thesis with a professor, you have to ask them. Okay, it's really important to ask them because there are other issues that might stem from this one. So I wish you remember this slide carefully. So especially this idea, this is very important. Being able to separate between common knowledge and original ideas. And what I can also add at this slide, and Albert, I want to ask you, do you have much slides?
Yes.
Okay, because we'll try to make this shorter, like don't keep it too long. Okay.
No, it's not too long. They are.
Okay. And maybe I can
21
offer,
slides.
I can mention some other aspects here. What happens is that
I have explained in the next slide the common
okay.
knowledge.
So let's see what you have done. Let's move
Yes.
ahead.
What is common knowledge? Information that is easily observed, like the sky is blue, but not a detailed explanation of why the sky is blue. Commonly reported facts, like George Washington was the first president of the United States, but not the information that historians have to say about Washington, and common sayings such as proverbs. Self-plagiarism is style, originality is undetected plagiarism. Common knowledge does not need to be cited, but be sure.
Okay.
But
this
be sure that, yeah.
Okay. Now, regarding the common knowledge, what is interesting is that sometimes professors from different universities or research centers, they share important information with other colleagues. Okay. So one professor from Italy might share some research work from a professor from France. Okay, so you have two different countries, and the Italian professor might offer that opinion. So when they share information, sometimes they share unpublished information. So they share a technique that even the French professor is giving to this Italian professor because there is trust between each other. It could happen that the student has access to this information, okay? And maybe the student thinks it's common knowledge and writes this down on the master thesis or in a paper, okay? Imagine what can happen now that these countries are just, I could say Albania, okay? We can say 2 universities in Albania. So think for a moment about this scenario. A French professor shares unpublished information with an Italian professor, and the Italian student has access to this information. He doesn't know that the information is confidential and publishes it. How does it look like a situation, Albert? What do you think? How can you name this situation?
I don't know.
It's a very
It's
bad situation.
obviously that is plagiarism, but
Yes, but imagine now the 2 colleagues, they were trusting each other, and apparently they end up. So the French professor might think that the Italian professor stole the idea. Okay, and what could be the reason here? It could be that one student thought that something was common knowledge because maybe he doesn't know many things. Okay, maybe he cannot distinguish the difference between common knowledge and original ideas. So in this case, it is very important to contact the supervisor, because supervisors often they participate in projects, in research projects, and I also have participated. We have this week we had the long project meeting which took 3 days, and in many of the slides it's written, we have the reports of whatever is doing in the project, but at the bottom part or at the top somewhere they write in red letters confidential. Okay, if something is confidential, maybe a student doesn't see this little printed words confidential and they might report it. But we have to be very careful because the worst situation is for the professor or the student who does this unintentional mistake. Okay, And this is one type of one way. I mean, this is a very probably one of the worst possible situations that can happen in academia. It's not a plagiarism, okay? It's plagiarism, but two colleagues, they trust each other, they discuss research ideas, unpublished. It's not even, they don't get any credit, and then somebody else publishes something with thinking that the technique or the approach that they use in some experiments, they think it's original, but no. So. And these things might often sometimes might happen for students that have 2 or 3 supervisors. Not 3 doesn't happen very often, but 2 it happens because there might be 2 similar research areas, and in this case the risk it increases, and the solution to this risk is what? What do you think, Albert, would be the solution of such unfortunate scenarios that could happen? What could be the solution?
I don't know, maybe to show the original source.
But you cannot show because it's not published. You know, it's you cannot refer it. You show the original source when the document is publishable, is published. Actually, the answer it is in your presentation. It's not what can you do actually, because if this happens, you just have to say I'm sorry, I did it, whatever, and then you are kicked out of academia. You can never enter in a university. You can never enter the door of university. It's a very shameful situation.
I thought what the person who has the original source can do. Not
Okay.
the other
Yeah,
one.
in this case, yes, but in your slide, Albert, you had nicely written it. So you have to ask the supervisor if someone is afraid of being able to make such to participate in such an unfortunate situation. It is always good for the student to contact the supervisor. You know, to show the paper, to say, okay, I'm writing this. Does it look good? And so this is the answer, I believe. Probably this is the best answer, which is with the objective of preventing this issue. So in your presentation, probably this scenario was not clearly stated. It was just said that common knowledge versus new knowledge. But now there is also some knowledge which the student or the user simply does not know that it is so valuable. Okay. So, okay, with all of this discussion, I thank you, Albert, for the presentation. Is there anyone who has any comment? Do we have any more comments on this? Okay. And meanwhile, I'll try to let me see. So I'm going to send you a link. I want you to open this. All of you in the comment section, turn it in. Harry, you commented on this one. So go to this link and download the zip file. So in that link, there is you can download this template zip 700 kilobyte, which is wait a second, which is the IEEE template that one can use when you write a paper. So you follow for this line, and this is just one possible template that you can choose. And probably it's best if I share my screen at this moment. Share the entire screen. And I want also you to follow what I'm doing. Okay, this was here, so you can find the zip here. And I also liked very much this other template here. I hope I can find it very soon if it doesn't take too much. Special session. Wait a second, I should find it soon. No, I cannot find it. It's no. Okay. Sorry, I was hoping to find it here because it was really a very good template. Oh, here we have it, templates here. Okay, that's good. Oh, we found it. So please, can you go also to this website and you download this similar to me? So download the IEEE, keep it, and download the zip file. Okay. So here in the templates, let's download. Here it says conference paper, including special sessions and workshop. Okay, let's download this one. And here we have it. Now that we have this, let's see, show in folder on SitePress. Okay, SitePress conference later. Good, this is in the downloads. Now, once you download these two options, so you could also download the zip. So this was one thing that you can download, and I want you to download it because whatever you're going to do in Overleaf, you're going to share it with me. Okay, I want to see what you're doing. So, okay, we downloaded that. And then you go to Overleaf, you log in, and where you log in, you open a new project. Okay, I hope you can see whatever I see for the moment. In a new project, you say upload project. When you click upload project, you can just drag and drop this zip file. Okay, and I hope you do the same. I strongly suggest to try this, not the template of IEEE, because it offers a couple of very good options. Okay. Can you confirm that you are following these steps similarly or close to me?
Yes.
So, Stefanos, are we good? Okay. So, from the papers that you have read, okay, so you had an assignment from last week to read, to select a paper and to write on that. Please start to, let's do the following. So we are now in this Overleaf. And I want all of you to share with me. No, actually don't share it because it will be overcrowded for my files. I have to put them in folders then, but I don't know how to do it yet. Wait a second. Okay, so let's call this one. This is week 3 of our courses, right? Week 3, CN 409, the research methods. I'm calling it this way. And so here we are, and in this LaTeX environment, LaTeX is like a programming language, or is something like a word text editing platform, where the user can write high quality papers. Now, so in this LaTeX, what you can do here, the document starts apparently. Then these are the packages that one can use when preparing the text. So these are just information which has the packages that one has to call and to use them. Here you begin the document. So any paper in LaTeX, it starts with this document and it ends down here with this again end document. This is all, okay? And then apparently there is a text which is offering information of how you should write the paper. If we zoom in, let's see here. So it says that your paper will be part of the authors. It's teaching how you should do something, use this comment, etc. Now here you can also now include your own text, and it's good. Here we can see the file outline somewhere down here. And meanwhile, I hope you can see. Do you see my monitor? Do you see my monitor?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. So then, so this is so how can you write your first paper? You can use it now. It's not that it's not that you need to write this middle page. You see this one time selecting. This is where you enter the text, and you click compile or recompile, and this text that you have written, it will be updated on the screen on the right. Okay, this is how this works. And you are not expected to write this each time. The thing is that different conferences or whatever you are using, whatever you are publishing something, or even a thesis, it has their own template. So what you do, all you do is what you saw me before a moment. So you just upload your zip file of the templates. Here you have it. It's relatively easy. I might even say it's very easy. So let's put here the title. Let's change the title. We can call this one. How can we call this one? Waveguide parameter optimization. Okay, so here we have optimization. So here we have one title. We do recompile, fine. The title, it looks good. Then the authors, you put here the authors. It says first author name. Let's say we have Arban. Who knows? Arbanuka. We can have also Alert Bura, second author. Alert is here. So here we can enter all the names of the students in the class. You compile this back again. So it just now it's all tricks. Okay, it's not. I don't have to say anything more actually. You know how to use the even if you forget, if you cannot figure out something out, you can always go to Google and you can find, because sometimes there are some tricks which learn how to do this. It's not that you have to memorize a book and come and write something in LaTeX, right? I mean, it doesn't work like that. And these packages, they're often updated. They are not often, they are always updated. Once they are updated, this can even bring some issues. Sometimes some very prestigious conferences, they have a portal or a robot. They call it like a web-based robot, where you just upload the zip files of your conference paper. Okay, it could be that you are using LaTeX packages which are updated, which are new, and the robot, which is automatic services, which has been on place for the last 10 years, that is not going to compile your LaTeX file. This is a very unfortunate situation. It happens. Okay, so especially if you are using Overleaf, I mean, Overleaf products, well, it is very unfortunate. Okay, so it's a very good service, but maybe it's using a package that well-established conferences might not allow that. So for this reason, so let's see now. One thing that you can notice is that, for example, apparently this is applying ORCID author. This is offering the option for to publish even though there is a code, which is not code, it's like a serial number of researcher which can be obtained. And you could use it. Now, what we can do here is that if we don't want to publish the ORCID author thing, we press it down here, we comment it. The commenting is the percentage sign. And let's see, now the ORCID is gone, okay? But apparently we have commented too much. We have commented even the comma. So we add the comma, you recompile this back, and here we have it. Now it looks better. And then, let's see, the first author is, let me think. I think I have commented too much. I have commented or taken away the ORCID author index, but I have also taken away the what's the name? The affiliation. And the affiliation, let's see how, for example, let's see here for alert. We just comment this section here. You just enter, you put down, you comment the whole line, but you want to have the third author. Now only this is, but you, okay, so let's see what is the difference here. The difference is that alert now has the option to put an affiliation, which is, let's call this one affiliation sub 1. This can be computer engineering, XYZ, Epoca University, Department of Computer Engineering. So you never write computer engineering, you write department. So we should learn this Department of Computer Engineering. Now you write, the rest is like my street, town, country. So you can say here, Tirana, Albania, 1032. Okay, so this is the zip code. And if we search, if we check here, it looks like alert has an affiliation now, it's 1, Arban doesn't. But if we remove this comment here, I think we can fix this. So we comment this part, which is now useless, and we obtain the following. Let's see. Now Arban has also an affiliation, but probably is best if we put the comma after here. Okay, wait, now we take this away. Most probably it's gonna look a little better. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's slightly better. And wait a second. So this is a new line. So maybe we can make this closer. Anyway, these are little tricks. Introduction or keywords. What are the keywords? This paper must have at least one keyword, they say. The text must be set to 9-point font size. Now you don't need to care about this one 9-point font size because this is a template of the paper, so it should be good. Okay. So you can write here the keywords can be what is the paper about is waveguides. Waveguides. Okay, frequency, response, transmission coefficient, whatever transmission coefficient. Okay, you can find optimizing parameters. You can put that. Now I'm just the keywords are very important. Okay, now you go to abstract. Okay, then in the abstract, it's still offering some suggestion. The abstract should summarize the content of the paper and should contain at least 70 and at most 200 words. Okay, this is essential. So you learn this. Okay, so apparently we need like 70 words, between 70 and 200 at most. Now, what did we say in the previous 2 weeks? We mentioned that the abstract is the essence of the paper. A well-written abstract has all the information of the paper. It will make it very easy for a reader to understand what has been going on. So let's write an abstract. Now, how is the abstract written? What is the first sentence? Who can comment on this one? So Alert and Albert, you mentioned something. I'll start with Frank. What do you think, Frank? How should we start an abstract? Say something. After Frankie, Haridli, what can we write in the comment? Sorry, in the abstract. I cannot write sentence. A generic sentence, okay? The abstracts, they always start with a generic sentence. What could be a generic sentence? It's a very common sentence, okay? It's not something super technical. It is this generic sentence. By the way, let's compile this one because the keywords are not there yet, but now the keywords are printed in there. We see them. So what is a generic sentence? We can say that waveguides have used for signal or transfer, signal transfer, information transfer for many decades. Okay, now this sentence is very general. Okay, everybody's going to skip this one because they expect it to be very general. You don't put the major results in the first sentence. Okay, you say this, then you should say, now you should tell that the first essence is that you are telling somebody what the paper is about. The second one, you have to show that people are working in this area. Okay, so you can say that let's say engineers, because engineers deal with waveguides. Engineers have always worked on improving the quality of the signal and decreasing the losses in waveguides at 3 gigahertz frequency, whatever. Okay, I'm just saying some words. So first you tell that this is an area that people work on it. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing you have to tell is that this is difficult. So you have to tell to somebody that, okay, I'm working on this, people are working on this one, and this is difficult. If you tell to them that, okay, this is so easy, they are not going to have any respect for you. Okay, so you have to say that it's challenging. This task has been faced with many challenges that stem from the difficulty in designing waveguides that that can transmit wide bandwidths. Now, why could this be? Okay, I can write a different argument. This is what I'm trying to write it fast. Difficulty. Meanwhile, that I'm trying to do this one, I would strongly suggest you follow the same path, and I actually you should share it with me. Okay, share with me, and to share with me, you can do it. So let me recompile this one, and I'm going to share this one with. I think we had. Alert was good. Albert, fine. Frank, Haridi, Stefanos. I'm going to share with Stefanos. So we say you click here, share, and if you get the free version, you can share it only with one person. If you pay money for this overleaf, this is a very good option because you can share it with many. Stefanos, what is your email? So Pasha, when did you join Epoca, Stefanos? 17, 16?
15 ka shkruajt profesor.
Is it 16?
15.
Huh?
15 ka shkruajt në chat.
Okay, sorry, nuk e pash. 15. I'm afraid, okay, that's 15. Let's share. Okay. So Stefanos got the invitation. He should accept it. And if he goes into his own overleaf page, somewhere in here, you should find this project which you can share. Okay, so most probably Stefanos should see this, week 3, CN490. So all of you actually, you make something like you put a file, week 3, CN490, and your name. Okay, put it over there so I can distinguish it once I see it. So you share it with me, and I should be able to see in the screen all your documents. So I click this again here, and we move ahead. So okay, so what did we do? We give a generic sentence. We then tell that people are really working on this area, so which means that this is an important. Then we have to tell that this is really difficult, so we're not doing something straightforward. And then, okay, you mentioned that this task of producing good waveguides has been faced with many challenges that stem from the difficulty in designing waveguides that can transmit wide bandwidths, etc. Or maybe some frequencies are very hard to transmit. Okay, it's very challenging, and probably we need to make from the material point of view, we need to have a material that has a specific index of refraction, probably. Okay, so this is why this could be difficult. Then, okay, we show that this is difficult. Then we can say that the best. Okay, let's give some hints. Okay, the best approach is to use several layers of semiconductors. Okay, so you give some hints of what people are working on. Okay, you're not going to tell to them that, okay, I'm going to use I'm telling you that the best approach is to use several layers of semiconductors, and your next sentence is not going to be, I'm going to use a superconductor. Okay, so you offer that what the people are really working on it, so give some hints, and then you say, we, in this work, then you can say like this, in this work, we propose to use rare metal semiconductors or something else, or semiconductors doped with, I don't know, transition metals. So this is what you propose. Okay, so in this work we propose the use of rare metal semiconductors, or this is just type of materials. We report that the efficiency is improved from 30% to 50%. Now, when you say percent here, percent, it removes what is written in that line afterwards. Okay, so if we do this compile, I believe we'll just be able. So let's see if we do compile. What we are going to see here in our screen that we have on the right side. I don't see my abstract. Where is my abstract? Waveguides. It is gone. Why is this the case? That's strange. I have here introduction. Their paper will be, so I don't see this at all. Why is this a case? Okay, let's do it like this. Probably. Okay, you know, we don't see the abstract because abstract, it begins with this specific, you know, you see this, what is this called? Mectoklappen. How do you call this in English? Parenthesis. We have this beautiful wavy parenthesis, but it should end with the same thing. But since this one is here, now we should be able to see the abstract, because each time you open a new window or a new section where you're going to enter some information, we always start with this wavy parenthesis, and you see that here immediately in the log file, and the log file is this one which shows a 3 in red. This shows how many mistakes we have. So here you see S, which is Stefanos Pasha email. I've shared it with him. And here, if you click here at the logs, you see some mistakes. Okay, apparently there is some problems. You wish to have here 0 red lines. There is an issue, not an issue. There is something that even if you see a few errors, you can still compile the file. If the error is too serious, If you press here compile, you will not see this PDF generated at all. So now it looks like we fixed this problem of the parentheses. You see, because this one, so this one was standing right here, and you see that this is a spatial color, which makes this invisible to the whole program text editing platform. So once you put this down, this is not commented. This is not taken away like this. I believe now, if we do this compile again, we have this. Okay, this is our abstract. It's good. So we have reported the major aspects, what an abstract should have. As we said, generic sentence. We tell to people that this work is important. You tell that it's difficult. Then you give some hints what you could have done, and then you propose your result. So always in abstract, your major contribution should be clear. Okay, you cannot write an abstract say that, okay, I propose this and fine, and that's it. Or you cannot say that, yes.
But how can you write 30% without?
Oh, I forgot this. This is a good question, Andrea. So what you do is that you just add this this backslash. Okay. So you do this again. Now this will be perceived like a percentage. Let's see here. So you add this. Now it's good. You see this part here?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
But thanks, Andrea. I mean, I forgot. I was gonna say it, but I completely forgot. So whenever, because the thing is that many elements or many letters, they have a specific feature that they do here in LaTeX, but by coincidence, they show up to come in some words, okay? But in LaTeX, or for example, this T, this is a command, okay? So if you want to write /T, you have to put double slash, and then things is that it forgets those automatic comments, okay? So the same way we do this to make the percentage sign visible. Okay, so here we have the abstract, we wrote it. Then we write the introduction. Okay, the introduction is that, okay, let's do we have here Papersmith. So we can say that waveguides were first theorized. Do you remember when were the waveguides first considered in theory? Anyone remembers this? We've done this in electromagnetic waves together. Since 1897. I remember something like this. I don't exactly remember it, but it was an old, there are some very old papers which had a couple of mistakes when they first put the theory, but it's valid enough because it was pretty early at that time. And then we continue like this. Then we have, but what is the next essential, very important, is the ability to put the references. If we see here, in the references section, we have a couple of references which appear to be down here. Okay, so here we have Moore and Smith. Now, the references, they are picked up by bib file. Bibliography, here we have it. Okay, and now what is the very easy with this type of template is the following. If we go here to Google Scholar, you remember last time, or maybe 2 sessions before, we said that Google Scholar can help you or can help us. So let's find here waveguides. Let's write guides. This can, so what is waveguide handbook? Okay, waveguide handbook. So you remember that you click here and you can copy paste this line and you put it in Word using in the text if you are using Word, okay? But if you are in LaTeX, you go to BibTeX, you click here, it generates it for you. It is already there. You just copy this, you go to the overleaf, you go to this bib file, okay, you paste it, that's it. That's all you need to do. So we got here the waveguide. It was, so it, I find it very easy, okay? I hope you also see the same. So here, waveguide electro-optic modulators. Good. Here we have another paper which is cited many times, 725 times. Let's say that we want to cite this one also. You click in these parentheses, you go to BibTeX, and this seems to be like, okay, it's a journal, but it's not very traditional, it's very old. We copy this again, and we go here, we paste this here, fine, we have 2 references, but let's pick a more modern one. So let's say waveguide, we are searching here, and since 2019, let's see, in 2019, we have a method and apparatus for providing power to waveguide systems. We go here. If it was Word, you just copy this. Control C, Control paste, but here we have to follow this one. And I hope you don't find this difficult at all. I wish. So that we copy this paste again. Fine. Now, we have the references, and they are here. We can easily use by going to the text file. This text file, this is the one that we're working with. This is the most important one. These other files that are here, apparently this is an image, okay? So pictures or figures, you can put here a lot of figures in the work. So actually, I'm sure that by yourself, you can always figure out how to work with this, okay? I'm sure that all of us, we don't need detailed explanation, but let's open here new folder. We can have here in this new folder, we can call this one figures. Okay, we created the folder which is figures, and then in here you can you can put images. I don't know if, let me see if I can find some figures. Here I have a screenshot. Let me see what this screenshot is about. Sometimes, okay, login via, this is screenshot. And let me upload, wait a second. Upload file. Okay, I'll see. Now let me check. I don't want to put here screenshots that might have some personal information, but this is enough. Let me see what is this. Thank you for your cooperation. Your data has been updated. Okay, this is something. This is you see this answer. This is a very painful situation for me because I was trying to upload something which was written in LaTeX, and this is like a robot, which is the very robot ICRANet, which is an entity, an association, which allows, which has this, what's the name? This automatic editing of these, or maybe I can pick this one. Let's assume these are just images, okay? And here, let's say upload file. In this upload file, we just drag and drop another image anyway. Just it can be anything. Traditionally, this would be figures that you can use for your publication. These are screenshots of my screen. Anyway, this is too long. It's good if we rename this, if we can. We can put here rename fig 01. Okay, this looks better. Then, because it's very hard to remember what you cannot write down, you cannot spell everything. fig02.png. Okay, good. We are here. Now we have the figures, because the figures is the most important element in a paper. If you have a figure, a graph, this is worth 1,000 words. Okay, so that's why drawing good figures and having good figures at high quality. So if you are going to present, think also about this one. Imagine you are using LaTeX to make such a good-looking document, which you can generate by just clicking here, download PDF. Here you have it. Let's see. This is very well structured. You don't have to worry that this is 1 millimeter to the left or to the right. You don't have to worry the same way like Word editing of this Word or Microsoft Office packages. Now, imagine you give such a beautiful document that if you zoom in too much, you see still it's super high quality. This is how it's supposed to be. And now, which means that if you go to a figure and you zoom in the same way, so here we have another figure, it should be high quality too, okay? So if you prepare a figure in such a good-looking text editing platform, you should have figures at least like 300 dpi, dots per inch. Per 1 inch, for 2.5 centimeters, you should have at least 300 discrete levels where you write something. 300 dpi, sometimes they ask 600 dpi. And that's how they want it. Okay, you won't be able to submit something a lower quality because they won't allow it, because it will look very bad that you zoom in into a LaTeX document, and they will simply not have it. But so just keep this in mind. Figures are very important. You can, and then we've got the figures here. We have another figure here, ORCID PNG. Everything is good. We have the references here, which we just copy pasted them from Google Scholar. You go to the text file. In the text file, we start to write. You say waveguides were first theorized since 1897. And let's say we want to insert here a reference. You say here cite. You put this nice looking references and parentheses. And here you can automatically this is reading the files that are in the bib file here, okay? So here we got it. This is our citation, our reference. We can also say that semiconductors have been used also. Okay, you can enter a longer sentence. You put comma here, and then cite. Actually, if we go here to bib, we also that automatically it comes up. Okay, but you can also copy like here, whatever this is. You copy this article. So apparently this is a book. The first one that we copied from Google Scholar, it was a book. The second one is an article apparently, and we can copy this like this. We go to the text file. In the text file, we write the same site. You do this parentheses, which are like this, and paste. So this is what we pasted, okay? So we do this, and if we do compile, we should be seeing in the introduction section, okay, compile, we have no errors. We have one warning or two warnings right now, and it looks like, so this is the text or the part that we added together, which is the following. Waveguides were first theorized since 1897. Markowitz 51. Good semiconductors have been used also. This is a short sentence, but Alfred's 82. Okay, so this is how we add these. And as we added these references now, they appear also down here. So in this references section, we observe that all that we added, they are also updated. Okay, so this is a relatively easy task. Normally, for a long time, it has been a challenging way to write something in LaTeX. But if you have the template, as we did, we just uploaded it here, it should be much more easier. Okay, why do we have an empty page? No, okay, we are good. So this is how how you can use the LaTeX template to write good-looking documents. So let's see here. We have emails. We can enter here emails. Here we can have somebody's email, Nahuka. Then if you have two authors that are from the same institution, you can do here, so Pasha 15. Okay, let's compile it. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, that looks good. So apparently there's one author, two authors from the same institution, and we have a third author, which could be here. This would be, for example, it can be Farid Garazi, for example. Farid is a different institution. Who knows? Maybe a company like company X Waveguide. Okay, so whenever it develops something, not edu, maybe it's a company. Let's call this one dot. Farid, you're gonna open a company in Germany apparently. Dot Deutschland. Okay, so here we have X Wave. Okay, so here we have three authors apparently with their, oh no, go back. Okay, so this is how you could, or we could work with the allegedly difficult to use LaTeX editors. Okay, it's not that difficult. You just need to be a little careful. Sometimes you might miss things like you miss this, you comment this one, everything is gone. Okay, so because the you see it's all error, so you cannot work this one. You cannot even compile this one. You cannot print the PDF. Why is this? Maybe somewhere you forgot the percentage sign or something happened. Okay, just be careful that whenever we start to write something which starts with this wavy parenthesis, we should end the same way. Okay, like this. Anyways, so it's, I think we can we try to explain this one, and I hope you find this relatively easy, and it should be very helpful. Most probably, if you submit something which is not a very good conference, writing the document in Word, it would be easier. But if you use this one at least like twice, if you use this especially over Leaf, which offers a very good option that you don't need even to install it. Sometimes researchers, they discuss, should I use text maker. There are many text editors, LaTeX editors, so they are like different, and they even have different packages. So when they use these packages that are here, so sometimes they don't even recognize these. It's not always, okay, but there are some specific ones. It's really a challenge. But if you use this overleaf, it's even easy because you don't need to email this to yourself when you work at home at your PC at home, then you go to work or to the university. You don't need to email to yourself to have the document with you around, right? It's always here. Wherever you are, you can edit it, you can move it around, you can share it with colleagues. And there is even a trick, so to say. So if you want to share this document with 2 or 3 people, at least that's what I remember. Wait a second. So actually, let's try this one. Stefanos is logged in. What if I share this one with... I'm afraid I cannot add a second. Wait a second. No. Yeah, you need to upgrade your account to add more collaborators. Also, anyway, start free trial.
Profesor, më parë kjo ku ka qenë vetëm latex, pa bashkëpunimi me overleaf, ka qenë falas edhe të futeshin disa veta.
Ashtu, ha? Po si e ka pas emrin Arin?
Vetëm latex, sepse kemi bërë punën e laboratorit me profesor Endri Stoja.
Shumë mirë, po.
Futeshim 3 veta që punonin vetëm në një report.
Kjo, po si ka pas emër tjetër kjo më duket o Arin?
Vetëm latex ka qenë.
Kështu e ka pas latex.com, ç'a?
Po, latex.
Okej. So mbaj mend, unë për shembull këtë accounting këtu te Overleaf, e kam hap para shumë vitesh kur kjo s'e ka pas emrin Overleaf. Te blem një kompani.
Po. Tani ka bërë bashkëpunim me Overleaf dhe ka kaluar komplet në Overleaf.
Po pra ka kaluar kështu. Mirë, po një gjë që mund të bëhet këtu është kjo tjetra. Ne për shembull këtu mund ta bëjmë copy, është kjo week 3 cen, për shembull e zëm se kjo mund të jetë ti vendos një emër më të bukur. Për shembull e zëm se po punoj me 3 veta Harildi. Dhe këtu kemi të bëjmë për shembull kjo është cen 409 wave guide. Because është mirë ti vendosim një emër se nuk I identifikojmë dot. Dhe një sekond mund të bëjmë një gjë të vogël, të e ruajtëm, kjo doli wave guide, pra ky është punimi që ne është wave guide, okay. Këtu mund të you can do a copy. This is like a small trick.
Edhe fut 2 veta të ndryshëm.
Një vendos te, një vendos te copy. Për shembull, është një njëjti dokument që do të thotë këtu për shembull mund shtojmë Harili ti kur je futur në epokë 15 e ke apo 16?
16. Po.
Anyway, so close. Anyway, so it looks like now this is shared is the same document, but maybe the user has to go once in this document to see the changes. Anyway, so but then once you go here, if you have too much copies, because you might copy this pretty often, then you can easily delete them. Oh, how does this do this one? It has 2 copies with the same name. This does not always happen. Wait a second. Oh, that's strange. I thought it should have like copy square. Like anyway, so it's just so you select these extras to trash, confirm. Okay, we're taking those away. Okay, so but it looks like that's good, Harili, that you at least you have used this LaTeX before, and so it's just probably it's a reminder for, but maybe this option of I find very useful also the option of using the references which you can simply copy paste from Google Scholar. And the most difficult part is that sometimes there are some templates which you need to write the reference all in details. Okay, so that's a little difficult. Having just the copy paste and this piece of information is really helpful. Wait a second. So I'm talking about this type of information. So apparently this is a patent. Okay, so we have picked up a patent, Barzagar and Farhad, and apparently even here it says miscellaneous. So this is an article, journal from an article. This is a book. This is a book. Okay, and this is proceeding, a conference proceeding. And apparently this is kjo është patent, ka referu një patent, e cila me të vërtetë që ka punimi mirë, sepse është method and apparatus for providing power to waveguide systems. If we go here, actually let's have a look at this paper. Let's have a look at the abstract. But this is a patent. Patentat abstraktin e ka ndryshe. Atëherë nuk ka shumë vlerë po ta lexojmë me detaje tani. But yeah. So actually, it's a good exercise. Let's see how the abstracts of patents are written. So they put a title, of course, an abstract. Aspects of the subject disclosure may include. No, this is, wait a second. Aspects of the subject disclosure may include a system for receiving first optical power signals via an optical fiber connected to the light source of a network device, converting the first optical power signals to electrical energy. Utilize. Oh, this is what is this? Super long sentence. How do they write that? Why do they write such a long sentence? Okay, so I need to take a deep breath and to read this one. Converting the first. Okay, well, it is understandable, of course, but this is very unique because they've written the abstract in one sentence. This is something. Okay. So anyway, so it's just this is very concise. I'm not sure if all patterns are like this, but it's good to have a look at the patterns actually, which are very detailed techniques how someone can reproduce the work of someone else. With patterns, it's a little tricky because sometimes, so this is example text. We can write something here. Please remember that all papers must be in English without orthography. Okay, so patents should be reproducible, which means that if someone publishes a paper or receives a patent, if a patent is accepted, if others cannot reproduce the new results, because the patent is given when you produce some really new technique, new results, then the patent is taken away. Not taken away. This is not the best word, but it's cancelled. We can put a few synonyms. It's cancelled, and there is another word actually. It's disqualified or something. Okay, so we can find synonyms if we see it because we are not native speakers. We can do a good job to some degree, but the best could be, what's the name? Not the best. Yeah, we're not native speakers. It takes time for us to find the most correct verb. Okay, so this is how we can use this LaTeX editing. Here we have a good paper. This is from Nature. Nature is probably one of the top 2 or most prestigious journals, and it looks like there is a relatively long list of authors, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 3, 15. You just count how many people are for a line, multiply by the number of lines, you get an approximate 15 numbers of authors. You cannot count with your fingers of your hands. So let's see their abstract. Models of light matter interaction in quantum electrodynamics typically invoke dipole approximation. Okay, you know what dipole approximation is, in which atoms are treated as point-like objects when compared to the wavelength of. Okay, you see this sentence? This is super generic sentence. Okay, as we have mentioned in this class, that the first sentence in abstract and the first sentence in introduction can be very generic. So it says like, this is what dipole approximation is. Dipole approximation is textbook knowledge, is something you learn in the second year of your electronics engineering. So they put this one, they say, however, when the ratio between the size of the atom and the mode wavelength is increased, so we are increasing the ratio, which means that the wavelength is getting smaller and the size of the atom is bigger. Actually, atoms can never get bigger because they all have the same size. If you go from hydrogen to uranium, you just increase the size by like 10-15%. It's not huge, okay? Anyway, so it means that it's fixed, but the wavelength, we can change it. You can make it as small as possible. But it's not saying the wavelength is going to be smaller than the atom. It's just the ratio will increase. So the ratio can go from 1% to 10%, from 0.01 to 0.1. Then what happens? The dipole approximation no longer holds, and the atom is referred to as a giant atom. Okay, we have a couple of references. Often, in many papers, they don't allow references in the abstract. They put references in the abstract. Okay, this is also something you might keep an eye open and to see. I see here atom, giant atom. Okay, I thought what is Mutachashkathoinza apparently is the parenthesis for a giant atom. So far, experimental studies with solid-state devices in the giant atom regime have been limited to superconducting qubits that couple to short wavelength surface acoustic waves. A lot of references, at least 10 so far, in 3 sentences, 10 references, probing the properties of the atom at only single frequency. Okay, here we use an alternative architecture. It's interesting. They're using an alternative architecture. Let's see what they mean. That realizes a giant atom by coupling. So the issue is how to figure out that we are dealing with a giant atom or not. So apparently it's filtering the size of the atom by coupling small atoms. Actually, there is no small atom, as I said before, because all atoms have the same size, but probably they consider, okay, by coupling small atoms to a waveguide at multiple but well-separated discrete locations. Okay, let's think about this one. Anyway, there is a lot of technicality, but by coupling small atoms to a waveguide at multiple but well-separated discrete locations. Okay, but what do? Do they put an atom inside the waveguide? Because waveguide is like a tunnel, so it's like putting cars inside the tunnel and you are putting them at discrete locations. This system enables tunable atom waveguide coupling, okay, with large on-off ratios and a coupling spectrum that can be engineered by the design of the device. Okay, of course, this is relatively too much technical aspect, but you know what a waveguide is, you know how it might operate. But so actually, what are the other keywords that you already know? Okay, let's see. We also demonstrate. So you see, there comes the sentence where they report what they have found out. Okay, so it starts like the generic sentence, which is bachelor up down to second year of bachelor studies. You can find this information as the first sentence of the abstract. They show what is going on, and then they say what they do, what they demonstrate, their results. So it should be clear in the abstract. We also demonstrate decoherence-free interaction between multiple giant atoms that are mediated. Okay, well, now this is too much for us to grasp at this moment, but it's not figures. They put the figures here. Okay, here they have good figures, which should be very high quality references. Okay, here they have references, quantum optics. Let's see, quantum optics with giant atoms the first 5 years. Okay. Circuit quantum. Okay, now we can say a lot of things about this quantum optics approach, but this was just a paper that here we just open this one to see how they write the abstract. This is a very prestigious journal, and let's see if they give journal information. We don't need journal information because this is a very good journal. Everybody knows it, but let's see what they put. Journal stuff. They should not have stuff. They should have a lot of stuff all around the world, but let's see what they say. Editor-in-chief, because it's a journals, because Nature has many sub-journals, so this week news. Anyway, so this is the general information about this journal. Let's say in Nature is, let's see how they are doing in this Nature. So here we have a very crazy impact factor, 42. Okay, this is something really a good one. That's why here people, they write reviews of very good innovative work. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so let's come back to this. And meanwhile, as you are, if you have downloaded or put down the, put together the LaTeX files, I want you to share them with me. I want to have a look. Okay. So can you share it with me the same way? So all of you that are in the class. Let's see this one. LaTeX template for doctoral consortium papers. Well, they shouldn't be very different, but let's have a look. Showing folder. Upload a project. Now, I wonder what would be best is that you can find also a template of a master thesis in LaTeX or PhD thesis. Tezë doktorature ose masteri që mund të jetë template në LaTeX. Ju mund ta uploadonin, you can upload it in Overleaf and you can start working with it. Because you can start working from your, if you know what you're going to work on, of course, you can start putting references and everything. Let's see how doctoral consortium contribution are written. Okay, that's pretty similar to the previous one. I don't see much changes. It's almost the same, actually. Let's see what... They don't have an abstract. Okay. So that's the major difference. We see the authors here. The abstract is not the same way, so it goes directly into something. This could have been introduction in the other paper. Here we call it a research problem. Wait a second. Can you... This is the PDF. So this is doctoral consortium papers. We go back for a moment. And here we have the waveguide. The waveguide. And by the way, I have not received yet your sharing. Did you share your initial documents with me? Now, I received this by email, but I might expect to get this also here. Why don't I see this? Oh, or maybe I have to view this one. Wait. A join project. Oh, okay. Open project. Well, apparently I cannot edit the title because the owner is Albert. Albert, can you rename this one because it's very author introduction? I mean, something like. So can you edit this? The name of this file? Oh no, but I am the owner, so actually I should open this one. Wait. Okay. Anyway, to work. Actually, what would be the price of this one? We can, I don't know what is, save 30%. This is a very valuable tool, actually. So it depends on the work that somebody is conducting. But for a short period of time, if a group is working together, this could be a very good supportive unit, supportive structure, or helpful. So here I have Albert Copacci is the owner. And would the others also share something with me? Okay. So in today's class, it looks like we are week 2, right? Week 2 we signed these. Today this is week 3. What did we do in week 3? We had the ethics presented by Alert. We had the plagiarism by Albert. We learned more about plagiarism, and then we discussed LaTeX text editors. I don't know how to write this one, editors. Where this was just an example, we just saw Overleaf, and we can also have other editors. Here I have TextShop, which is a good product too. But this one, something that we can generate locally. So this is a local text editor. This is the same like the other one, but I find the overleaf much more supportive. Wait a second. Source. Okay, so anyway, so now since we share a lot of things, probably the tech shop or other tech makers or tech makers, it's not the time. Okay. Okay. Now I might ask is there any question, but now I'm going to assign to you. Let's say it this way. So let's do this. So whatever you have submitted last week on Google Classroom, copy paste it in LaTeX and share it with me. So in these documents, keep it like that. Okay. So this is week 3. This week 3. This is okay. That read. Okay. So this is week 3. This would be heading 1, and let's see. This is our master doc. So here we have everything that we have in the class. Week paper reading. No, okay. Anyway, just okay. This is what we have done in this course with so we discussed ethics. Whatever this is, week 2. Result section research question. So last time we dropped a couple of notes, and I want you also to keep in mind these and whatever Albert was explaining this today to us. So LaTeX text editors. Now, other than these, you can use text makers. It might be good actually to go. You can download them and have a look how maybe you find them very useful, or text shop. This can also be there. There are often you might find the individuals that find it comfortable writing even the emails in LaTeX. Okay, they even do that. Okay. So do you have any question? Kanë ndonjë pyetje? Dhe në fakt, këto që keni punu deri tani, bëni do share me mua siç e bëri deri tani kemi Albertin. Unë shikoj dokumentin e Albertit. Oh, okay, overleaf. Actually, unë ka dalë të emailin ka ardhur, po s'ka ardhur overleafi. Ka ardhur Harildit. Why don't I see this? I got Harild's, I got Stefanos document. Okay. It's interesting. I find it first, I receive it by email, but it looks like overleaf it takes some time. I'm surprised. I would be surprised. Okay. Oh, okay. A year ago. Oh, I didn't. You okay? So it looks like I could not find Harid's because Harid's document is an old one. It looks not old one. It's like written before some time.
There's a graduation project.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I see here. But it looks like it has some numbers, some log errors, which should not be a very big problem.
Nuk është se prishim punë në PDF, ato thjesht dalin si error.
Drejt, jo, e vërtet, po mos e vrit mendin, po nëse kompilon kjo, if you get a PDF, that's good. Por e di çfarë ndodh Haridi, për shkak ka ndodhur shpesh për shkak kjo mund të jap errore, e kompilon dhe kur e çon në një sistem që e ka automatik që e bën kompilimin në sistem kështu të automatizuar, mund ta bllokojë ndonjëherë. Më ka qelluar që kam bërë submit dokument që s'ka pas fare errore, ka qenë vetëm warning që these lines which are like in yellow nuk e ka pranuar, se kompilon të thonë your log file is full, ndërkohë që s'kishte asgjë. Anyway, mund të ndodh. Për shembull, këtë nëse latex error begin end center, okay, first page and first page. But that looks good. So, but the template, did you have the template?
Jam përmbartur template-it e epokës sepse nuk duhej shumë i avancuar si template, domethënë ai i thesis.
No, shumë mirë, dakor. Shumë mirë, bukur. Në fakt, mund ta këtë template-in e epokës, mund ta thjesht për ta parë në fakt. Mund ta përdorni që tani ju dhe mund të shtoni mbi këtë material. Dhe ti arrit në fakt e ke parasysh mund të vazhdosh ta përmirësosh edhe pak të tezën e bachelorit, se më shumë mundësi tani mund të kesh edhe pak më shumë kohë, edhe mund ta përmirësosh edhe pak më shumë. Pastaj varet se çfarë do bësh, se mund të kesh disa projekte të ndryshme në master, shto dhe tezën e masterit e cila mund të ketë një natyrë më komplekse ose. Shikoj në çka kemi nga Stefanos, kam të dokumentin këtu. Okej. Tani filloni e këto dokumentat vendosi mundësisht këto reviews që keni ndërzuar herën e kaluar. Në rregull, atëherë sot pam dhe pak më shumë se çfarë gjeta këtu author demonstration. Po këtë planoptikën ti më dërzove, Alberti, ti ke shkruar planoptik kamera? Maybe, okay. Okay, I see. Anyway, maybe it's Albert's revision paper. Në rregull, atëherë, if you don't have any question, we can close it for today. A keni ndonjë pyetje diçka?
Kanë shkruajtur ke meeting o profesor, po hapi atë.
Okay, ta shikoj pak këtu. Alberti, yes, it's mine. Well, how can we add table of content on LaTeX just like introduction? Well, to do this, it's not difficult, but the good reference is actually, I think, Harid has done it because he used the template of Epoca, and let's see how table of contents is. Harid, gjendo ti ç'a veni ke këtë table of content? Dhe ç'a veni, si e ka kjo normal size? Patjetër që ka. Table of contents është kështu, it is possible, nuk është një sekund, kush është table of contents? New page. So Valerti, kjo table of contents është e mundur, but it's good to find a template, okay? When I say template, you just enter it's something like this, okay? It will be like this table of contents. It's like a package. You just write this one, but then the rest, this is not something that you memorize and you do it out of your memory. If you open a book, you see how it is done, and you do it. But this is how it should start, okay? And generally, the table of contents, you can find this one in templates. You find this in templates of master thesis or PhD thesis, even bachelor thesis anyway. So if you search for any university, let's say master thesis, I'm searching on Google master thesis, latex template. Master thesis template. The first thing I receive is the overleaf thesis templates. So I just search this one. I'm sharing the link in here. You can download any one over there and you can use it. Okay. Kështu pra alertin. So you just search on Google for master, bachelor or PhD thesis templates. You get them and they should be lengthy. Në rregull atëherë, nëse kemi pyetje ta mbyllim,